on with our BAJA workshop, I would once again like to welcome Dr. K.C Vora sir. So please come on to the dais and proceed with the function.
So please settle down, everyone. Okay, so we are introducing a new topic this time: innovation and incubation. So this topic of innovation and incubation, we are now planning to add. We are also planning to open up an incubation center in Netflix in Pithampur, which will be jointly handled by BAJA and Netflix. The idea is that every year you students do something new in the BAJA vehicle. You also apply for the innovation award. But what is happening here is that when you apply for the innovation award, you are not then going to use it later on. So can you do some mass production of components? That is what, can you become a startup? So that is our wish, that out of the BAJA participants who come every year, like 200 teams are coming every year, at least 4 or 5 teams must become a startup. They need not become startup of a BAJA product. They can become a startup in any area. So when you can start doing a T-shirt, selling those T-shirts through an app or through website or through WhatsApp, whatever. Like that, you must become business-minded and start earning. So, for example, when I was doing my engineering, I used to take tuition and I used to earn that. So now that is become a very old-fashioned way. You can even do online tuition. You want to come up with some idea which not only you use, many people in the world can use your app and start giving tuition. So that was just an example. But the best example which we want you to do is that you can become an industrialist. You can do something innovative. The product which is different than what others have, it has some unique advantage above other products. And if you can make that competitive, you can make a full car. For example, there are 2 students from IIT Madras. Their name is Jain and Mehta. Swapnil Jain and Tarun Mehta. Anyone has heard this name? Swapnil Jain and Tarun Mehta? They are students of IIT Madras. Their BTech project was making an electric scooter. So they took an existing scooter and converted it to an electric scooter. Then later on they made their own scooter. And all this was done in just 6 months as a part of their BTech project in the 8th semester. But then they were so much passionate about that they decided to manufacture that two-wheeler. And today, this electric two-wheeler, which they are manufacturing in mass, is called Ethos scooter. Have you heard of Ethos Energy? Let's give a big hand to them. So by now they have completed 6 years, and they are selling this vehicle as one of the premium scooters. So it's like a Mercedes-Benz of electric scooter. The cost of the scooter is very costly. It's around like 1.5, and they get subsidy, and you can buy it for 1.2 or something like that. But this is an achievement where an IIT Madras 2 students have become a startup. And right now, Hero MotoCorp has 40% stake in this. And not only one factory, they had one factory in Bangalore, now they opened up second factory in Hosur, and they are expanding like anything. So more than 1,000 people are working under them. So as a BAJA participant, you have that passion, you have that confidence, and you have that ability to become an entrepreneur or a startup and start your own business. So if anybody is interested to do that, you can connect us and we can help you. And at the end of the presentation, we will also tell you how you can get grants. So, by the way, there was some team members who wanted to get sponsorship from industry. So, I have promised them that I will give you a set of presentation. Jay, can we put this presentation in Mahapuram? Yeah. So I will make a presentation which you can give to industry. So what you need to go is in your area, wherever you are. Suppose you are in Bhopal, find out what are the industry. If you are in Pune, what are find out. So in some cities like Chennai, Pune, Gurgaon, there are a lot of industries, automotive industry. But in some remote area where you are from, there may not be automotive industry, but there may be some small scale industries where you can go. But for that, you have to first get some phone number or email ID, write to them, take an appointment, go and give a presentation. Now, for giving a presentation, you have to make a wonderful presentation. So, how will you make that wonderful? So, like you do a sales presentation. Similarly, you have to make a pitch, a sales pitch. So, we will give you the some PPT, some parts of PPT like what is BAJA, what is SA India, what are these 4 events of BAJA. That 10 slides you can keep it in the beginning, and then talk about your college, talk about what is good in your college, what is its NIRF ranking, वगैरह. And then you can talk about what you are doing, whether you are doing MBA, EMA. Then at the end you can say, okay, we want gold sponsor, silver sponsor, bronze sponsor. Gold sponsor will give 2 lakhs, silver sponsor will give 1 lakh, like that. You make a scheme and write what benefits you get. For example, you say in the college we will put your banner, we will put your logo, or on the vehicle we will put your logo sticker. You'll have to brainstorm and decide what can you give back to them so that they can give you 1 lakh or 2 lakhs. And industry has a lot of money. They also have some CSR funding under which they can give this money to you, but there are no takers. No one is coming and approaching them to give us money. And you don't know whom to contact there, right? So you will have to do some homework of making a good presentation. Somebody has to find out through internet what are the industries around, what are the contact details, talk to the HR department, marketing department, take an appointment, go and meet the managing director or a senior person, give a presentation, and convince them to give a sponsorship, right? So we will put that in Mahapuram, and then you can take it from there. Maybe if I forget, you can just put a message in Mahapuram and we will send you that presentation. I hope this answers many of your questions, right? Okay. College trust can also give money. You can give a presentation to the college trust also, but college trust will not give you 10 lakh rupees every year unless you get good prizes. So if you are in top 10, then college will sponsor every year, but it's not possible for everyone to come in top 10. Okay, fine. So Swami Vivekananda told that the root of all problem originates from the lack of control over body, heart, and mind. So the word problem is very important here. In life, we always have problems. We don't get sponsorship, that is a problem. We are stuck up in somewhere in design or simulation, that is a problem. Right? So there are so many problems. What is the job of an engineer? To find solution to this problem. Whether it's a personal problem, whether it is an engineering problem, whether it's a commercial problem, finance related problem. If you are able to solve that problem, then you are called an engineer. Otherwise, there is no point doing 4 years of engineering. Clear? So let's find out how can you solve a problem. So I don't know if I have a problem. First question is that. Second is, if I know, I don't know how to identify that problem. Or if I am able to identify it, I don't know how to define that problem. And if I am able to define it, I don't know how to solve that problem. And if I am able to solve it, I don't know if the solution is right or wrong. And if I have the right solution, I don't know how to implement it. And if I am able to implement it, I don't know if the problem is really solved or not. So these are the questions in our mind. And how do we find a solution? So you remember when you were in school, you were taught that a boy had 5 apples and 8 oranges. Then what is the total number of fruit? Then you will write number of apples this much, number of orange this much. Add them together and you get total number of fruits are 30. When you grew up and then you had simultaneous equation, x plus y is equal to this much and x plus 3y is equal to this much, and then you should solve that simultaneous equation. So in life, first, whatever is the problem, that has to be converted to a problem statement. And if you are able to convert that problem statement into a mathematical solution, mathematical problem statement, then it is much better. So you can form a quadratic equation, you can form a simultaneous equation, and then solve them. So that is what an engineer can do. So if I want to find out a power coming out from an engine, and if I'm able to draw a PV diagram, then the area under the curve is the work done. Now how do you find the area under the curve? लिमिट्स यूज करते हो, डिफरेंशिएशन यूज करते हो, डेरिवेटिव यूज करते हो. How do you find out the area under the curve? You integrate it and you get the area under the curve. And then if you are able to integrate, you get the work done. So that is what. So when you study integration, you may ask a question: integration क्यों सिखाते हैं? इसका क्या advantage है? So that is the advantage that you can integrate and get the area under the curve, and then divide by the x-axis length, you will get the pressure. Fine. So we need to understand how to solve a problem. And in industry, in the world, there are many problems. If you are able to solve them, then that can become your business. So there is a psychological inertia where there are various variants to that inertia. थोड़ा laziness है, थोड़ा right mind नहीं है. You don't have money to do business. Or your family is not supporting, or you want to enjoy your life and you don't want to concentrate in this. There are so many inertia because of which you are not able to do that. And so inventive principles eliminate psychological inertia. So I'll just give you one example, quick example. You can see there is a yellow block. In yellow block, some sentences are written, and F is used several times. Can you tell me how many F are there? I'll give you 1 minute and you have to tell me how many F are there. And then I'll tell you what innovation you can do to find out that F. So I can give you a hint that number of F are between 20 and 40. So you have to just tell me that number. F can be the first letter, F can be between the letter also. How much? 32. Any other number? 25. 35. 36. 33. 38. Okay. 34. Okay. Out of this, only one person tells the correct answer, but I will tell you how to find the correct answer. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. So the answer is between 24 and 40. I could have written how many of them said 33, how many of them said 36, or 37, or 38 also somebody said. Now I will convert all those F into red color. Now you count. How many F are there? 30? How many of you are saying it is 38? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the hands up. How many of you are saying it is 37 or 36? 37. How many are saying 36? Okay, 10, 15. Okay, hands down. How many of you are saying it is 35? Okay, only 5 of you are saying 35. So the answer is majority. Answer is 36. There are 36 F in this. So by just shifting that color of F from black to orange or red, you are able to find out that there are 36. So this is an innovative mind. You must have innovative mind for simple thing also, and you must be able to have an innovative mind for complicated things also. Then if you start doing this, if you start solving the crossword, or you start solving a puzzle or a Rubik's cube, your innovative mind will get developed, and then you get addicted to that. So instead of looking at the movie on Netflix, you can do this. Then you will come up with lot of ideas, lot of new innovative things, and then not only you will be able to tell your friends also. So get into that innovative mind state where invent new things. Fine. So this shift is required. How do you develop those shifts? For example, many professors have a tendency of doing research and publication. Professors want maximum number of papers. Am I correct, sir? In your biodata, you want to say, I have published 50 papers, 60 papers, and then it is there on ResearchGate, how many of them are using those papers and citing them. That is what do. But we need a shift towards not only research and publication, we need to shift towards innovation and entrepreneurship. So, can I file a patent instead of publishing a paper? I will get more credit if I am able to file a patent. So one patent is equivalent to 10 or 15 papers. So instead of writing one paper, if you can file one patent, you will get more credit. And if you file a patent and do the manufacturing, then nobody can copy it. That is the advantage, except Chinese. Fine. So for this, you need a technology transfer and commercialization. So maybe there is a smart guy who doesn't know how to innovate and doesn't want to use his brain. Then he can use his brain in other way. That he can find out what patents have been done and which can be converted into a product. And he can buy those products. He can do technology transfer and start manufacturing. So some smart people will do that. Some good people, extraordinarily intelligent people will do innovation and find a patent. Okay. So how to grow ideas into innovation? What is innovation and how do we become innovative? How do we change our mindset to become innovative? So innovation is it something new? Is it something different? Is it something better? Is it something cheaper? Cost effective? Is something at a different location? Do it at a different location? Do it at a different time frame? So innovation can be a new idea, new product, new process, or a method that is translated into a good or something that we have done. So innovation the end product of innovation is you must be able to create a value, you must be able to give good service or make a product which will help you to earn. That is very important at the end. You must be able to earn out of it, whether it's a service or a product, or it gives something back to the society. So there are some innovations where you give back to the society. Maybe you don't get much of income, but then you get many people who can sponsor you. Okay. So there are different types of innovation. For example, it can be a business model where you have seen Uber, Ola, Oyo, Airbnb. They don't own a car, they don't own a hotel, but they are doing a very good business. So a business through an app is something which engineering students will do very fast. Or it can be disruptive, like product films to digital camera to smartphone, Netflix. All those things has happened, and now those old cameras are of no more use. Or it can be incremental, like Gillette blades, one blade, two blades, twin blade, triple blade, different variants of Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, and all those things. Different types of Cadbury. So though Cadbury is branded in such a way, a child goes to a store and says, "I want to buy a Cadbury." Actually, the child wants to buy a chocolate, but उसके लिए सब Cadbury है. Nestle का भी chocolate उसके लिए Cadbury है. So Cadbury has been branded that way. Okay, fine. Then it can be a product like Apple product. We talked about Fitbit, Amazon, Kindle, LED light bulb. So many new products are coming. Or it can be a process like an assembly line. How can you fast do everything just in time and manufacture something in 1 minute or 2 minutes through those assembly lines? So innovation helps you to grow your business, helps you to stay ahead of your competition, helps you to take advantage of new technology, maximize return of investment, increase productivity, and create a positive impact on the community. So innovation is a very important word. Another important word is sustainability, which we are trying to add in BAJA. But right now we have been trying to do this from last 15 years innovation, but we are not finding any good innovation. Sometimes we find couple of them, but every time my colleague Mr. Vinay Mudra, he's an innovation judge, and he will say, किसी को भी award नहीं देंगे, कुछ innovation नहीं है इसका, right? So somehow I have to convince him सब जो भी best है उसको दे दो, लेकिन innovative products नहीं आ रहे थे. So what do we do? So a lot of new things are coming, revolutionary technical advancement, electronics miniaturization, you can make it more compact, convergence of computing, storage and communication, robotics evolution, 3D printing, IoT, AI, ML, AR, VR. These are the new buzzwords which you can use to innovate. So is there a lack of innovation? I don't think. Our Indians are very good in finding out frugal methods of innovation. which they use in their day-to-day life. But then what is missing? What is missing? Why are we not able to do innovation? It is not because innovative minds are not there or lack of innovation is there, because an ecosystem is not around you. Ecosystem which supports you. If you try to do innovate and become a startup, for first 2 years you will not earn anything. Then your parents will say, अरे तुम्हारे लिए हमने 10 लाख 20 लाख खर्चा किया है, इंजीनियर बनाया है, लेकिन आप कुछ भी कमा के नहीं आते. देखो तुम्हारे फ्रेंड को एक साल में 20 लाख रुपया सैलरी मिल रहा है, 50 लाख रुपया सैलरी मिल रहा है. What are you doing? Why have you become a startup, right? So they will curse you. That is lack of motivation. So I will find out. I'll tell you what is the solution for that. But we need to create an ecosystem. There has to be drivers to help you with that. So, like in challenging time of crisis, many people have done innovation. They have made masks, they have made shields. So many things have come up. Vaccination is one such example where Indians have made a lot of money. Right? So then we have a demographic dividend where the average age of an Indian is very young, like less than 30 years. We can do miracles. Infrastructure is also building up. There is a demand on products. There are a lot of buyers because people are able to buy. Affordability is there. Technology is available, and that's how the socio-economic growth of the country can also improve. So government is giving very good support. So, for example, let's take a simple vertical bar in terms of engineering. An objective is to increase the load capacity of a vertically hanging bar. So what can you do? So there can be different constraints and different solutions. So whether you use a magnet, whether you use a pulley, whether you use a spring, so these are the various examples you can use for innovative solutions. So as the constraint increases, solution moves to become more and more. So the more constraints, better is the solution, more innovation would come forward. An innovative product need not necessarily be based on a technology breakthrough. For example, this live straw. So in countries like Africa, where water is very dirty and water is very scarce, you can drink this water. So will you drink this water like this? You will never drink this water. But this water is harmful, but by the time it reaches the mouth, it becomes clean. So it has a sieve inside, it has a filter inside, and it's just available for $5. And many people in Africa have started using this. And you just go anywhere, gutter ka bhi pani pee sakte ho. That is what is the beauty of this product. So I just gave an example. So, but it solves a real critical problem at an affordable cost and in a scalable manner. Second, a creative combination of well-known old ideas can lead to an innovative solution. So, if you read 10 patents of a particular technology, you can combine all those 10 patents into one. So that will be your 11th patent, right? So, जो भी अच्छे काम है वो combine करो, you get the best patent. So there was a water crisis, and then what they did was they created a water tank and they created a merry-go-round for the students. And then when the students use the merry-go-round, the water gets siphoned and then water comes out from there. So that is another innovation which was done. So the idea need not always be new, but more importantly, we must be able to solve the problem. Okay. Innovative product goes behind improving the user experience. The user experience must improve. For example, here you can see that adaptive eyewear. So you can see that nut and bolt there where you can see that's for the eyes requirement. So there are so many ways and possibilities. So innovation is creating value from an insightful idea and bringing it successfully to the market. Let's take an example of a water bottle. We just throw away this water bottle, right? How can you use this? Say for a country like Africa where there are scarcity in many things. Clothes are not available, food is not available. So how do I utilize this bottle to create a product which can be useful to such poor people? Any idea? Quickly, can anyone tell me how do I convert this bottle which can be helpful to poor people? You can make a flower pot out of it, right? That's what we must have done in our school time. But that's not helping the society. They can make an air cooler out of it, right? You can even cut a hole and you can use it for charging your mobile, like a mobile holder, very near to the switch, right? So you can do a lot of things from this bottle. You can grow plants also in this bottle. So one of the invention which has been done in this bottle is converting that into a sleeper. Right? And you can still use the cap there so that when the person is walking, his toes are not hurt. And you will just drill two holes, get this sleeper straps from BATA, and you can create hundreds of such sleepers and donate to people around you. You can, even if you go in a city, you can go to a slum and donate these sleepers. So that is innovation. So I have given you enough examples of this. I'm just going to skip some slides. For example, how a mechanical spring for a two-wheeler. So any solution which resolves a contradiction is innovation. So there are some more examples. I will just show it and take it forward. So there are 40 inventive principles. So there is a technology called TRIS. So in many colleges, TRIS is taught. But basically there are 40 areas. So if you forget these 40 areas and if you remember these 40 areas, you can use on each of these areas to innovate. So take one area at a time and then try to see how can I innovate a particular product and make a product which is better than others. So there are a lot of examples of this 40 innovative principles, but today I am not going to take it. And just write 40 innovative principles of TRIS and you will get all these examples. Okay, fine. So now let's go ahead and assume that you already have now an innovative mindset, and what do you do to become a startup? So start experimenting, start observing, start questioning, and then you may get an idea. Eureka, right? You are in a bathtub and suddenly you remember, yes, I invented something, and eureka. So you must not reinvent the wheel. So when you find something, first thing is go to the patent site. There are Indian patent sites, there are US patent sites, and find out whether somebody has done a similar thing or not. And if not, then your idea can be patented. Okay. So, but whatever your innovation you do, you must be able to convert it into a product and sell and earn out of it. So you need to become a strategist. What IP, that is what patent will you file? You will have to become an entrepreneur. We will give you 1,000 rupees. We will give you 1 lakh rupees. We can give you 10 lakhs rupees. And how do you convert it to 1 crore rupees? Or you can become a soothsayer. You can do forecasting of technology. You can become a magician. You can become an alchemist. So there are many ways by which you can convert an innovation into a product and you can become an entrepreneur. So innovator sees many barriers and he may get discouraged and he may stop in between, but the one who has perseverance as one of the best quality, then will continue innovating and reach the goal. So systematic way growing the innovative potential ideas. So there is an idea, you align them, you scale up, you do a potential staging by finding a patent, and then empower the user through that. So basically, when you want to simulate, there are three important shakti. जो हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं क्रिया शक्ति, ज्ञान शक्ति, and इच्छा शक्ति. ज्ञान शक्ति is the knowledge, right? And इच्छा शक्ति is कुछ करने की भावना. And the three aspects finally करना है और आगे बढ़ना है. So for that, innovative culture is required, attitude is required, imagination has to be good, knowledge has to be there, and there must be enough resources, including finance, to move forward. So here is a mantra for you to remember innovation flow. So for any innovation flow, you have to think, imagine, and create. Right? Think, imagine, and create. So do a lot of thinking, come up with ideas, then do some imagination, make it more creative, and then create that product, the first prototype, and then use it for some customer, and then multiply it, and that's how we can create this process, which is intellectual property, which creates value. So there are different types of IP. It can be a patent, it can be a trademark, it can be geographical indication, it can be a copyright, it can be design. Even you don't have to make a prototype, you can just register your design. or it can be a plant variety protection, and so many things. Uh, there is a scheme of Government of India where you can directly go to the patent office and tell them that I have an idea. There will be some counselors who will help you to write that patent. They will not charge you anything, and you can file a patent. So you don't have to go to a patent attorney who will charge you very high amount, 10,000, 20,000, or 1 lakh rupees to file a patent. But if you have good knowledge, technical knowledge and good English skills, then you can go to a counselor. He can help you to file a patent. So patent is an exclusive right granted for an invention which is new product or process that meets the condition of it is a patent that provides the owner with the right to decide how or whether the invention can be used by others. So once you have a patent, you have that patent right, then others cannot copy the same product. So writing a patent itself is an art, and there are classes where you can learn how to write so that others can't infringe it. Okay, fine. So in patent also you have to apply, then exam, response, and then the patent is done. Generally it takes 1 year to grant a patent. So as soon as you get an idea and you are able to make a crude prototype, you must file a patent. Then you get 1 year to convert that idea into a useful product and get it validated. So what we saw, DVP, to make a DVP and get it validated at least for one customer. Then you can take 10, validate for 10 customers. So when you do validation for one customer, you will not get any money. When you make 10, maybe you can give them some extraordinary discount, you get some money. But if once it is successful, then you can make thousands of them, and then the money would start flowing. So there is a process of a patent, and this growth is good. More and more people are filing patents. So India is the third highest number of unicorns in 2021 after USA and China. So unicorn is someone who gets converted into from a startup or an entrepreneur to a big businessman, and they start earning millions of rupees. Then they get converted to unicorn. So I think last year we had 100 unicorns in India, and that number is now multiplying very fast, like 150, 200, and our government is supporting them. How is our government supporting would become in the subsequent slide. So we can become a startup or an entrepreneur, and an entrepreneur is defined as a person in effective control of commercial undertaking, one who builds business or an enterprise. So if you want to become a good entrepreneur, you require three things: technical skill, conceptual skill, and human skills. So technical skill is the knowledge which you study in your college. Conceptual skill is how do you analyze this data, how do you convert a problem into a problem statement, how do you find a solution to that. And human skill is like working in a team, work, time management, or confidence, passion, all those come under motivation under human skills. So there are essential skills for a startup. So these are the various skills which startup must learn. So you can get associated with an incubation center and they will teach you all these skills. So we talked about knowledge, skill, and attitude, technical knowledge, skills to make it happen, and the most important is attitude, a desire to do something, a desire to help others. So there are different types of startups: lifestyle startups, small business startups. You can just start making a cake, that is also a startup. You can do the business from home also, or scalable startup like Paytm, Uber, Facebook, Twitter, or viable startup. You can create a startup and sell this technology. So that's how WhatsApp, Instagram has been created and then sold to others. And then you can become a serial startup. So serial start one startup, do a publicity about it, sell it, start another startup. So every year you can start one startup. Within a year, do a good publicity, sell those startups, and again start another one. Large company startup like Google, Zoho, and then we talk about Ether also. And social startup. Social startup is something which helps the country. Maybe you don't get much like income through that, but you will start getting money will start flowing because people will sponsor, people will donate, and so on. So there are 6 stages of becoming a startup. First, ideation. You must come up with an idea. Then build minimum viable product. Make a prototype which is cost effective and it is better than other products. And it has a USP, unique selling proposition. Then get customer feedback. give it to one or two customers. You need not get money, but you get a feedback, you get a validation done. Then start getting paying customers, make 10 products, 20 products, 100 products. Start getting, giving it a discount and get good feedback. And then scale up your startup. Start manufacturing 1,000 pieces, or 1,000 pieces, 1 lakh pieces, and so on. And then, if you want, you can continue the business, or you can exit by selling the technology to someone. Okay, fine. So, you also need to be, there are steps like incubation and pre-incubation and post-incubation. So, as a pre-incubation, you can start generating those ideas and start finding solutions, and then make a pitch there. Make a presentation कि मेरा प्रोडक्ट क्या होगा, उसका यूएसपी क्या होगा, मेरे कस्टमर कौन होंगे, कंपटीशन क्या है, मार्केट कितना है. All this presentation you can make, or you can make a project report. So collect, scribble, observe, pursue, release, develop, plan, share. These are some of the things which you will have to work on. Then validation. We talked about DVP, design validation plan. Similarly, you need to do validation of your product, give it to some customer, known customer, so that he validates and give it back to you. Fine. So this is, I talked to you about the market size. There are 3 numbers. These are not theory of machine and strength of material. This is called TAM SOM. What is the total addressable market? What is the serviceable address market? And what is the serviceable optimal market or share? So you have developed a product which can be universal. So if you are able to sell it to the entire universe, then it is TAM. Then you decide I will only sell in India, then it is SAM. But then I say, okay, I will only sell in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, then it is SOM. So what is your area? कितने area में जैसे ओला उबर ने शुरू किया तो they started first with major cities, and then they slowly expanded. Like today in Bhopal, there is not much of Ola Uber craze, right? So that business will not work here. But if you go to major cities, Ola Uber works like extraordinary. You will find people waiting for the vehicle to come. So there is a big waiting list. Then the business is good. So you can decide what area you want to do the market, and accordingly you will have to understand the taste of the customer of that locality, and then make your product. Okay, fine. So thanks and off. So this is very important as an engineer. TRL, technology readiness level. So there are said that there are 0 to 9, that is around 10 technology readiness level. And the first thing, if some investor comes there, you are at what TRL? So right, for example, you are making a BAJA vehicle, then BAJA vehicle is like TRL 0 to 3, you have an idea, you do a basic research, you do the technology for formulation, and then you implement that validation. So you get it validated by making one prototype. So that is TRL 0 to 1. That's an idea. But if you make a prototype, then there are 2 ways. You make a small scale prototype or you make a large scale prototype. Suppose you decided that you will make an electric car, right? So there are many startups who are making electric 2-wheelers, electric cars. There are 50 startups who are making EV 2-wheelers. You will not believe. 50 startups. All of them may not succeed, but there are 50 startups. Many startups have originated from the engineering colleges. So they are called small scale prototype startups. And then we have large scale. So in a small scale, you make a small prototype, put it in a wind tunnel, do the testing, find out the drag coefficient, find out how it is streamlined. So that is called TRL 4. And when you make the actual size, you make the actual car or actual 2-wheeler, which can actually run on the road, then it is called large scale prototype, that is TRL 5. So BAJA can go up to TRL 5. Then you make a prototype system which is tested in the intended environment. So it has to run on Indian roads, it has to go in the traffic system, it must go on the highway. So that is TRL 6. And then you must be able to demonstrate it, and you must be able to make a commercial part which is sellable, that is TRL 8, and then do mass production, then it becomes TRL 9. So generally our ideas stop at TRL 3, and then we don't do anything ahead of that. If you make a prototype, then it can go up to TRL 4 or 5. That's all. We stop there. If we don't stop there, and if we have that perseverance and we have that confidence that I can sell this, I can make and sell this, then you can reach the audience. Right. So startups fail, and most of the startups fail because they are building something which nobody wants. So the customer orientation is not there. You have not done the voice of customer or PMD, and you have decided because the idea is come, you have made something, but there is no taker. Nobody is there to buy, then it's of no use. Or you don't have the human resource. You have idea, but you don't have a team. The team who can do marketing, the team who can get good people, the team who can get some finance, the team who is technically very strong. So you require CEO, CTO, all these people you require in your company. So you have to build up your team. Maybe your friends can help you, or you can get team from outside. Then lack of focus. Maybe you have multiple ideas and you are not able to focus on one idea, then this will fizzle out. So like that, there are some reasons which startups make mistake and then they start but they fizzle out within a year. So to ensure that this startup don't fizzle out and to motivate this startup, government has started a scheme called incubation. So I'm going to tell you that you can get up to 50 lakhs rupees or 1 crore through this scheme, which is there in the supplement slide. So incubator is like you incubate an egg to convert into a hen, or a prenatal child in a machine which gives a worm equivalent to that of a mother's womb. They are all called incubation. So using that word incubation, we have created incubator. So there are many colleges who have incubation center. So the two funding agency who supports incubation system is DST, Department of Science and Technology, and another is under Niti Aayog, Startup India State Board. So these are the two agencies who give lot of grant to engineering colleges to start an incubation system or an incubation center. Fine. So that there are different types of incubators. So TBI is Technology Business Incubator funded by DST. AIC, Atal Incubation Center or Incubation Center, which are funded by Niti Aayog, Startup India, and so on. And there are many other funding agencies. So we need an ecosystem where there are investors, there are corporates, there are service providers, there are offices, then there are academic institutions and government support. Okay. So this is something very interesting. As soon as you become an engineer, you can start a business, and government will give you 30,000 rupees per month. That comes to how much per year? 3.6 lakhs per year. So your annual package is you don't have to do anything. You must just have an idea, or maybe you make one prototype, and you can go to any incubation center and say, I have an idea. I want to become EIR. EIR is entrepreneur in residence. So you get 3.6 lakh rupees per year, 30,000 you get every year. You can. They will also give you a seating space where you can sit. You will have electricity, you will have AC, you will have water, everything will be there for you. You will just go with your laptop and start working there. So under EIR, if you apply, as soon as you become an engineer, you have a provisional degree, not even final degree, provisional degree is enough. You can apply to become an EIR. Even in last year, you can apply to become an EIR, and you can get a scholarship or stipend of 30,000 rupees per month. This is only for 1 year, in which you must be able to make one prototype. That's all, only one prototype, which is in working condition and which can sell in the market. Right? Once you make one prototype, then you can apply for a further grant called Nidhi Prayas. Under Nidhi Prayas, you can get up to 10 lakhs rupees. And this money you don't have to return. Under Nidhi EIR, that 3.6 lakhs, you don't have to return back. And under Nidhi Prayas, you get 10 lakhs rupees, you don't have to return it back. But instead of one prototype, you have to make 10 prototypes under Nidhi Prayas. It can be for 2 years, or the period can be decided. And you must work on that, you must expand your team. Or you can have 4 or 5 people in your team, make 10 prototypes, sell it to the customers, get their feedback, validate them, and then start working on mass production. Once you are ready for mass production, then you can apply for Nidhi seed support. So Nidhi EI, I talk to you, Nidhi Prayas, I talk to you, then it is Nidhi seed support. Under Nidhi seed support, you can get up to 1 crore rupees. But this is also in the form of a fully converted debenture. So you will get 1 crore rupees. You don't have to return it. You can convert that into a share. So whoever is the investor or the incubator, he will get that share. So initially it could be debenture. Later on it can be converted into a share, and you can buy those shares back if your business is good. If your business is not good, then you can just you don't have to return that money, right? So 3.6 lakhs to 10 lakhs, 10 lakhs to 1 crore. You don't get 1 crore every time, depending on your presentation. They may give you 50 lakhs, they may give you 30 lakhs, but you will get a lot of money to become an entrepreneur. So this is what is the stage, and then once you are able to sell in the market, there are angel funding and there are venture capital who can invest in you. For example, 100 people will invest 5 lakhs rupees in you, then it will be a big sum, right? So there are angel investors or there are venture capital who does that. So this is the scheme. You have a very good chance. In our time, there were no BAJA. In our time, there were no incubation system. There were no such grants. But now these grants are available. You want more information, you can go on internet and check, or you can go to any incubation center in the city where you are, and you can get more information and become an entrepreneur. So the ecosystem is available today, and I hope that within a year or two, in Netflix, we'll be able to open an ecosystem which will be specifically for BAHA students, and then it will be very easy for you to become a startup in any area. It need not be in automobile, it can be in any area. But if you work in automotive, you have an advantage, you get more support, all your testing can be done in Netflix and so on. So these are the funding organization, Nidhi Prayas, Nidhi by DST, under which they have Nidhi Prayas, Nidhi EIR, Nidhi Street Fund, and Startup India, Nidhi Aayog, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. And then there are many ministries who do funding based on the area. If you are doing funding related to biotechnology, then Ministry of Biotechnology will help you. If you are doing funding in relation in non-renewable energy sources, then they will support you. Like that, even Ministry of Industry gives a lot of support and funding. So there are many books available to use your knowledge and get converted into an entrepreneur or a startup. And there are many TED Talks in this area. Just go to www.ted.com. Talk about entrepreneurship startup. You get a lot of TED Talks which will motivate you. So in short, the future is not something we predict, the future is something which we can create. That's what is very important. Lot of things to try. Don't give up. So don't give up making the BAHA vehicle. Every year we have around 100 teams participating. This year we have around 85 teams of E-BAHA and 85 teams of M-BAHA. But when it comes to coming to the site, 10 to 20% of teams don't turn up. They don't make the vehicle on time. Then when they come there, around another 10 to 20% are rejected in the technical inspection. So what goes on the race, endurance race, only 50% of team goes. Others, they fail in brake tests and technical inspection, or they don't make the vehicle at all, right? But that's not the end. You don't have to give up, you have to try your best. So many teams, as Sanjay even asked, have not even started making the vehicle. You still have a time. You have to gear up. E-BAHA has 2 months more time than M-BAHA. But M-BAHA is in second week of January. It's time that before Diwali, your vehicle should be ready, and after Diwali, you must, between Diwali and Christmas, you must be able to do a lot of validation, and then come for the event in second week of January 2024 and become the plan. We will be declaring the date within a week. So it says, take up an idea, make that one idea your life, think of it, dream of it, live on it. Thank you very much.